The day you will lose your job, they'll tell you, now I'm the head because I supply everything. Is leadership or being the head and economical power? Those are some of the most important questions this year we'll be asking ourselves.
Yep.
Because if you think a lion is a cow, your thought process does not matter, you shall be destroyed.
Okay.
You are watching at In Heart, your home of authentic conversations.
Good evening. My name is Likuyani Eli, and I know you guys have been asking for him and demanding, where did this so-called coach of the family disappear to? And ladies and gentlemen, I went to Nairobi, Kenya, flight all the way to Mombasa, Kenya to bring him, Mr. Collins Bolo. Good evening, coach.
Good evening.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
It sounds odd, right?
It sounds odd, but we appreciate everything.
By the way, people will be asking, mbona tumekaa hivi pamoja? President amesema hakuna mask.
Now we are happy. The story of COVID is over.
It is actually over.
Yeah.
Well, for us that believe.
Yes.
For us that believe.
Yes.
Imeshindwa. Kwa jina la Yesu.
Yes.
Can you introduce yourself to our audience?
Thank you. I'm Coach Collins, all the way from Mombasa, Kenya, and I'm happy once more this year we can get back to family issues and see how can we develop ourselves, add knowledge to ourselves, bring great revolution in this development of marriage and family while others are collapsing.
Okay, great. He will be giving us this and much more. But for now, if this is your first time, it's your time to get into that subscription area, subscribe and set on your notification, because every time we go live, we want you to know that the Arts in Heart official is live. Coach Collins.
Yes.
This year, we are on a roadmap to address issues of leadership, integrity, and responsibility. And I believe these are the core foundations that make a family. And this family stems out to become a society that we all enjoy as a country. Do you believe men and women in today's marriage arrangements are actually exercising those three aspects: integrity, responsibility, and leadership?
One great scholar once said, home management is one of the greatest leadership tests for each and every man. Meaning that leadership has to start from our home.
Yeah.
But that will be determined by right definition of what leadership is from a domestic point of view, and how we can expand it outside our home, even to political arena. And when we talk about integrity, how can we define it well from the first school of life, which is our home, and we take it out to the community and in political arena. With key leadership, honesty, and you have talked about the third thing.
So we are doing leadership, integrity, and responsibility.
And responsibility.
Yes.
Then the next thing is, how can we get to a society whereby we are in charge and responsible for every action we do and the results we need? I believe this would be a very good topic as part of our theme for this year, so that we can see how can we start from our home to our neighborhood and society at large, and we use the same scale to judge our political leaders, so that we can know who should we choose and who should go home.
Well, as they go home and as we decide who we are choosing, I want us, Coach Collins, to make it simple for everybody that is watching. And I know people will have questions as we continue these conversations. So give us, you as the coach, what have you prepared for us?
This year, there are a lot of things which we are going to learn, even in context of our theme for this year, especially in Kenya, now that you're going to have a lot of political rallies and people are eyeing to get leaders from one point of leadership to the top leadership of presidency. This year, one of the key things which I like us to achieve from our domestic home is the right definition of marriage and understanding the dynamic of marriage. And the context which I'll be taking is this. What are some of the findings today with a group of psychologists, sociologists, and theologians of all groups of people as far as this issue called marriage is concerned? And upon their search on this subject matter, they came with the conclusion of one definition.
Yeah.
Does marriage matter?
Whoa.
Or why marriage matters?
Let me just spoil this stew here because
Yes.
I'm told, this gentleman behind the camera,
Yes.
we were having a conversation on our way here. And what they told me is, Ellie, let's not lie to one another. Sex and marriage today is one thin line. People are having quick sex that they can walk into marriage. Is that where the problem starts? If
I
marriage
believe
matters or not?
That's where the problem starts. And I'll give the reason why. One of my best professor by the name Dr. Kivunzi and also Miles Munro the late once said, in marriage, 2% is food and sex. 98% is what we think about our spouse.
And actually, we tackled this last time, right?
Yeah, we did.
But why are people thinking about their spouse as they talk about the provision aspect and the responsibility. Lakini sasa inakani kana kwamba that's all that is in marriage, that people are looking for safe havens.
Yeah, it's because we are experts in our careers because we took time to study and to become graduates and expert. We went for internship and finally we are qualified in theory and practice. But how many people take time to learn and to understand the concept of marriage, the rules and the laws of relationship before their wedding so that they can qualify to be effective potential husbands and wives? This is the only institution whereby you get certified as a failure, yet you believe you are a success.
Hebu do a remix of that. This is the only institution that you get satisfied?
This is the only institution in the world whereby you get certified for your ignorance as a failure. But because it is done by men and women who are well-dressed, we assume the glamour which they have is an evidence of the success tomorrow. Yet, our ambition and our passion and big dreams we have is based on chemical reaction. Men from the other side of the West, they call it falling in love, which is basically chemical reaction.
Dopamine. Dopamine, some dopamine working.
Yes, dopamine, the hormone being released.
Yeah.
And because of that, men and women believe because the chemical has been released, the lady looks wonderful, nice, the man looks excellent and nice, then you add with top high notch of sex, then people believe you are going to make it.
You're going to make it.
The mammalic part of us is not a guarantee of effective parenting.
You mmesikia story. I mean, I cannot put it better than Coach Collins, but
Yes.
Coach, people will be like, wanaenda wapi? Where are they headed with this story?
Yes.
Again, we are conversing about leadership and where it stems from. That unit we call family and how important it is in our today's society. Coach Collins,
Yes.
the families are under attack from all aspects. You can call it from the religious aspect, you can call it from the influence aspect. We saw the other day, very influential people, I would call them, because of the number of media they command online. They decide that anaachana na huyu na kesho amemove in the other marriages. Where are we taking our lessons? Should we be coming to Coach Collins ama tuone the most thriving couple online? Na sisi tuendelee na maisha.
Families are not under attack. Our ignorance is attacking us.
Wow, okay. I take back my words. How is our ignorance attacking us, Coach?
It's simple. It's good to listen to programs like Couples Thriving. But we cannot base parenting and marriage based on some few people's lifestyle and events. How many billions of people do we have on earth today?
Well, I wouldn't do
Do
the
you
calculations, but I know
the
they
law
say
of
quite.
gravity works for all of them.
I didn't see that coming.
Even if
You're
Even
true intellect today.
Yes.
What happened?
Even if you use aerodynamic law, which the plane uses to fly, but for it to be stable, it still needs the law of gravity. This world, everything is governed by principles and laws, not power and force, or just technology. But we're living at a time whereby we have been so much trained to understand our external environment and how things are working, but we've never discovered ourselves from within. And once our intrapersonal relationship has an issue, we cannot get the best results. So two mature people who wants to behave in a manner which suggests and proposes that they can be good couples in the future with great ignorance, well yet educated to PhD, they fail from the first day they say I do.
Sasa unasema Johnson akae tu single ama kujie lessons?
He needs to come for lessons, to learn.
How to be a leader in the marriage or in the family. Who has to take the forefront? Is it the man? Is it the woman? Because you theologians and you reverends have told us the man is the head, but they cannot function without the neck. How does that work?
Man being the head or not being the head is not the issue, but we understand what it means when we talk about being the head. It's about leadership. Our masculinity does not guarantee that we are leaders, but we understand the concept of leadership from that nuclear point of view. Just like in our area corporate sector, some people believe being a leader is being in a position. Yet leadership is not position. Leadership is not a title. That's why a man can tell his wife statements like, unajua vitu yote nimenunua hapa ni mimi nimeleta. Because he feels he's the head because of the economical power and the purchase power in the house. So what does it mean? The daughter and the wife who hear such kind of sentiments, the day you will lose your job, they'll tell you, now I'm the head because I supply everything. Is leadership or being the head an economical power? Those are some of the most important questions this year we'll be asking ourselves. Because if you think a lion is a cow, your thought process does not matter, you shall be destroyed.
Okay.
And that one means your perspective about marriage matters a lot.
The perspective. Coach, we want to be men of integrity, men that show leadership. But the men that you are giving us and providing to us as a society are busy molesting women on the roads. What is happening in our society?
Any man who molests fellow men or a woman is a man with an abnormal behavior who needs a psychological, psychiatric, and spiritual help.
Aya. Umesikia, mfanyiwe maombi, boni muitage, twende.
Yes. If today you have malaria and you start shivering and shaking, should we kill you because you are shivering and shaking, or treat you so that you can be well?
Treatment is a better idea.
Our men are sick. Our society is sick. What they need is treatment, not definition of their gender.
Because a lot of people want to say men that do this, a man that will raise a hand, a man that will touch a woman inappropriately is a weak man. Is it weakness, or you still remain with the concept of
That's why
being
I say
sick?
Men with abnormal behavior. They are not abnormal, but they have abnormal behavior which are not based on values. So once values are not there, then most of the behavior and reactions they'll be having will be causing crisis and commotion within human fraternity. So they need to be trained on how they can shift their hands from hands of beating to hands of showing love, strength, and protection. Change of mind, which will lead to how they feel and how they behave. It's a cognitive way of changing human behavior. So some, because of upbringing, they've been seeing their father beating their mothers. And some women have grown up in a society where they've been told, you'll only know your husband loves you if he beats you up.
And very hard for that matter.
Yes. So they have to make sure that in a month or two, in a quarter, they're slapped. Then they feel like, my man really loves me. So why do they see this kind of behaviors to be something normal? Socialization aspect exists. But some, they have issues they're struggling with in life and they need help. And they don't like it. But because they cannot control their anger, they're not aware about some of the trigger factors to their reactions, then it brings a problem. But because they are growing, then they are mandated and being forced, they have to marry. without dealing with their own issue. That's what I was saying. If people cannot understand or cope up with self-management and intrapersonal relationship,
Yeah.
we are going to have a problem. Why? Our masculinity is not a guarantee to effective parenting.
Wow, wow, wow. You guys, you must be listening, or if you're not, you should be listening to Coach Collins Bolo, because this year, as we embark on another journey of our family edition, these are just some of the topics we have prepared for you. And of course, Coach Collins, I know you and I have discussed 1, 2, 3 things that we want to do for these people, but in a nutshell, what else? What else are you bringing? Except the lectures, what else are you bringing?
Some of our audience who love this program, as we throw a lot of these good principles with them, they need to be aware soon you are coming with a greater show. Teach you, talk to you, coach you, mentor you, even have therapy with you, courtesy of Art in Heart. Great things coming. Just be prepared.
Definitely, and of course our partners in Mombasa have told us we will be doing this together. So Genetics Media will be there, and of course Art in Heart Fraternity will be working behind the scenes to bring this gentleman to you guys. Until then, let's meet on our social media channels. That is the Arts in Heart official on YouTube, the Arts in Heart on Facebook, Instagram, and of course we are on Twitter, they say so. Coach Collins, unapatikana wapi?
0721 605 346. Call me, you are going to get me. On my Facebook page, it's Collins Bolo. Bolo Collins on Instagram.
Hizo jina zinachanganya, lakini yote ni Collins Bolo. And he has only this handsome face on that page. So if you find somebody else that is not him, then it's not him, right?
That's not me.
Okay, Coach Collins, great to see you here in Kenya. I hope to see you on our social media as we interact more and more. And of course, we will be changing the way we do these programs. Some of these programs will be live, some of them will be recorded. But of course, if you have any other question, be sure to put it in the comment section or drop us an email, theartsinheart@gmail.com. Until next time, on behalf of the crew that is here, of course, we have Genetics Media. Thank you so much for making it here onto Art in Heart. Good night, and God bless you.